everyone, welcome to the Hidden Genius in the Summer Celebration. My name is David Armstrong, and I was a part of the first cohort of the Hidden Genius Project. And back when I was in high school, currently I'm now attending college at Cal Poly Pomona. And looking back, the Hidden Genius Project was a wonderful program to be a part of and also a life-changing experience for me. At that time, I didn't know what exactly I wanted to focus on career-wise, but after participating in the Hidden Genius Project, I know that I want to be in the technology field. And the Hidden Genius Project was able to give me a ton of resources, experience to help me along my path of becoming a professional inside this field. And during the program, we've worked on plenty of projects as far as mobile applications, as far as creating websites, which not only gave me skills within the tech side, but also skills as far as leadership skills and communication skills. And even after graduating from the Hidden Genius Project, they have been really helpful in connecting me with different people, different professionals, to also help me along my journey into becoming a professional. I told my mentors at the Hidden Genius that I kind of want to focus more on the IT side of technology instead of instead of the coding side, and they're connecting me with the program down the street called GameHeads, and which had a DevOps class, and inside the DevOps class, they were able to train me in a lot of the network essentials and basics of network technology. And not only that, this past summer, the Hidden Genius were able to connect me with the internship opportunity at CBS Interactive, which also gave me a lot of understanding within the network technology and also even cybersecurity. My title at the internship was I was a data security intern, and I was able to work right under the chief information security officer, which is a huge experience within itself, and also just working at CBS Interactive in their environment, which was a very diverse and very spirited and cultural environment, which was a lot of fun to be around this past summer. And just overall, Hidden Genius Project they just help me out whenever I reach out or whether they reach out with new opportunities that I can take advantage of. And I'm just really appreciative to have taken advantage of participating in their program in order for them to help me along this journey that I take to become a professional. So I just want to send a huge thank you to the Hidden Genius Project and all of their mentors and staffs for helping me along this road. Thank you.
Get in the back, big fella. You should get in the back. You're blocking everybody. The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities. Woo! Yeah!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! You did that. Do y'all bounce out there?
Yes, we bounce out.
That way. Bryson, stay here. Whoa. I don't know where you went. Excuse me. Where's Christian? Hey man, how's it going? Just gonna wait. Thank you. Huh? Bro, I was feeling confident with my background. Why would you come up with Hey everyone, how's y'all day? Y'all doing good? That's all I needed to know. Welcome to the Hidden Genius Project end of the summer celebration. My name is Roshan Youngblood, and I'm a member of the Hidden Genius Project of Richmond Cohort 1.
Hi, my name is Christian Spencer, and I'm also a member of the Hidden Genius Project's Rich One cohort.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce K. Ashford, and I'm a member of the greatest cohort of all time, Cohort 4 in Oakland, California.
Richmond 1 cohort is the best. I don't know what you're talking about.
False. But before we continue, we want to point your attention to a very special moment. As we, the Hidden Genius Project's 5th anniversary, we are launching our new logo. What do you think?
What's up?
Right now, for you, we have a presentation on Ubuntu, which translates into, I am because we are. It will be given by Charles McLean and Tayari Henry of the Oakland Cohort 5.
Bro, I'm moving with y'all.
Hi, my name is Tayari Henry,
My name is Charles McLean.
and today I am a member from Cohort 5, and today we'll be talking to you about Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a language that comes from the Bantu language. It roughly means I am because we are.
During the summer session of the Hidden Genius Project, students that got ahead in their coding assignments went back to help their friends catch up. Because of Ubuntu, they couldn't really say that they were successful till everyone is successful. I am because we are. I am successful because we are successful.
On our field trips, we had to be on our best behavior, yet we still had to be ourselves. That's an oxymoron. See, I told you, it's funny. But anything, we still had to be a collective group. We reflected for each other and the Hidden Genius Project.
Ubuntu says that it's important that you represent the people you associate with as best you can, while at the same time associating with people that you would want to represent you.
A great example of Ubuntu, our friends Nene, Ian, and Elijah, they put their differences aside to make one great project.
Another possible translation of Ubuntu comes close to the word for humanity, and truly, being able to set aside individual differences and come together to make something great is what makes us human. With Ubuntu as a core teaching of the Hidden Genius Project, we, the geniuses, are armed with the tools for future success.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Oh, snap. Thank you, Charles. And, whoa, where does his name go? Tayari, Ubuntu, been with us since day one. Next up is Kavion Hammond from Oak 5 and his reflection on this summer.
Hi, my name is Kavion Hammond. I'm in the Oakland 5 cohort. One thing about our summer was we all started, barely knew each other, but we all put away our differences towards the end, middle, and especially on our trips. Because on our trips, we couldn't express how we actually felt towards each other. Because if we did, most of us would have got into it, but because of Ubuntu, we stuck it out and just dealt with it, basically. Towards the end of the summer, we got a project saying we could do anything we want with our website, but it has to be our own. My idea was to start a clothing line. Cause only reason I wanted a clothing line because I didn't want to ever be somebody's worker. I'd rather be my own boss. I don't want to take no orders from nobody. I'd rather get my own. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavion. Appreciate it. All right. Next up is Jared Mule with a project presentation of his mortgage app. Let's give it up for him.
Hello, my name is Jared Mull. I'm part of cohort 5 of the Hidden Genius Project. What we learned through, the three main things that we learned in the Hidden Genius Project were leadership, entrepreneurship, and how to code. In the leadership portion of our experience, we learned about how certain entities are bringing down black communities, and with examples like the crack epidemic, the housing crash, and Black Wall Street. All these places were brought down to keep black people marginalized. Then in the entrepreneurship side, we learned about how certain business entities operate, and how people like the Federal Reserve and banks make a lot of their money. These two subjects kind of interlude with each other like for example, during the housing crash, both the business entities like banks and wealthy people bought up a lot of the houses in the Bay Area, which caused a lot of people to have to leave their homes, breaking up black communities from thriving. And so I made my mortgage calculator to hopefully try to reclaim this, a lot of people's homes. So right up here, I use compound interest to, basically if you put in your loan, the amount of years you're planning to pay it off for, and the amount of interest rate that you have, you can calculate how much money you would have to be paying monthly for the amount of years that you want to pay it off for. And this is supposed to be informative, but at the same time, what I wanted it to be is eventually I would bring it up to things like a company named like NACA, who helps people find their homes who can't afford to pay their own mortgages. And then, hopefully they can find a home instead of searching for places way off of their communities. Then I had this is an example of a $1 million home, and then you paid it off for 30 years, and then with an interest rate of like 4%, and then it shows your monthly payment right there next to the calculate button. And then I have my link 1 that shows you how you can calculate your interest. Then I have link 2, which shows you property tax, which you can add up to your actual mortgage. And then I have link 3, which is just additional information about your buildings. But yeah, then I was gonna try to get a sponsor from the company, again, NACA, to help these people that aren't informed about how they could have their own homes. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Next up is Michael Johnson of the Oak 5 cohort with a presentation on the history of black innovation.
You already know. All these beautiful faces. I feel so excited right now. How y'all doing? My name is Michael Johnson. The program I am in is named the Hidden Genius Project. I got in by following up and replying via email to Brendan Nicholson, the executive director. I'm going to tell you what I learned this summer. AGP taught me many things. They taught me how to code. They taught me how to make websites. They even taught me and helped me create my own clothing line. Although those are great accomplishments, the most valuable to me would be learning the full potential of a black man. Before the program, the only thing I believed I could do was rap or play sports. Until I was introduced to the story of Elijah McCoy. I knew I was special, but I never knew my importance in the world. Black inventors made many things our world relies on today. From the traffic light, the ice cream scoop, the dustpan, even modern day elevators. Hearing those inventions, I always wondered what the term the real McCoy comes from. Apparently a black male with 11 siblings whose parents escaped slavery, going through adversity, he still was able to make a self-lubricating engine that allowed for steamships. It allowed for steamships and it allowed for trains to run without stopping. That same man today makes me feel like the real McCoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. That was a great presentation. I never knew that there were so many black inventors responsible for the things we use every day. Coming up next is a project pitch of a photography business of Richmond's own cohort, Ryan Barnett.
Hello, my name is Ryan Barnett. I'm in Richmond cohort. I'm a photographer in high school. I'm a self-taught photographer, and up here you'll be able to see my website. So basically some of the challenges that I faced while building the website was, I was new to coding. I've never had any prior knowledge to computer science, and basically coming to the Hidden Genius project, they basically just taught me step by step everything. I learned 3 different languages. Well, I learned 1 language, but I've used 3 different in my website. I use HTML, CSS, as well as a little bit of JavaScript. So here's my home screen. I have a navigational bar, and this right here is actually a slideshow of some of my recent work that I've done. I have a screenshot of some of the coding that it took. And then this here is my contact and booking page, which also has a navigational bar along with my logo. And at the bottom there, it has 2 links that you can click on, which will link you to my personal Twitter page as well as my personal LinkedIn page. And then on the next page, I have my About Me page, which just tells you a little bit about me, and it also has another slideshow of some images of me actually at work doing some photography. And then also there's another screenshot of the coding that it took to get there. And then next. And then next we have a navigational bar. I would just like to talk a little bit about the navigational bar. So it actually took a lot of coding to get the navigational bar up there because it was just like a big challenge. I had to use all 3 of the languages on the navigational bar. It helps me get back from each web page from the main website. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan. I'm gonna need some pictures later on. I hope you got me on that one. Thank you very much. Next up is Khalil Jackson with his reflection on his summer.
Hello, my name is Khalil Jackson, and before I start, I want to say I thank all you guys for coming out, and let's get into it. Hello, my name is Khalil Jackson again, and I just finished my first summer at Hidden Genius, in the Hidden Genius Project, excuse me. I'm in cohort 1, Rich 1. The instructors are David Malone and Landon Miller. This program has really opened my eyes to the technological field. While I was in this program, I learned a lot about the real meaning of brotherhood. All the support from my fellow cohort members and mentors has been amazing. Before I was in this program, I was a really shy kid and I didn't want to speak in front of anybody. But now that I'm in this program, I'm not as shy anymore, as you can see. A reason why I didn't want to join this program was because I thought computer jobs and learning how to code was for nerds. But after learning how to code, that changed my perception on computers. I also have a strong bond with everybody in my cohort and in the group. We can talk to each other about anything. Again, Landon and David are great instructors, and this program has pointed me in the direction towards greatness. If you know anybody that would want to be in this group, let the instructors know. Or if you can't meet any of the instructors, go to our website at www.hiddengeniusproject.org. Thank you for your time, and again, my name is Khalil.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Khalil. Next up is our entrepreneurial presentation on a shoe restoration program, or a business by James Green, or by my brothers James Green and Kevin Butler.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay. I'm really excited to be up here and share my presentation with y'all tonight. So, what is Restore My Kicks? So my project I've been working on for the past 15 months, Restore My Kicks. Restore My Kicks. So Restore My Kicks is a multi-sided online marketplace platform that will make access to shoe restoration services more efficient and accessible. Sneakers have a big impact on our urban youth community. I can tell you, I am one. Sneakers have impacted me a great deal. I see sneakers as piece of art that we can wear on our feet. It's a place that we can express ourselves through our shoes, and I was able to personally use them to build confidence for myself. But I always ended up wanting sneakers that I knew my parents couldn't afford. I was watching my mom struggle to pay bills since I was real young, watching my pops, he been stuck in the same little one-bedroom in-law in the city working his tail off for the past 8 years. His housing crisis, he been stuck in there. So I knew from the jump that I had to figure out how to have my own income to pay for my sneakers. And so my freshman year, I was able to find an internship at the Chrissy Field Center in San Francisco, and that was my first source of income. I was getting $250 a month, and that was just perfect enough amount to start buying my own sneakers. And so, and so once I had the funds to buy my own sneakers, I started spending it all. And so during that time, I came across a pair of Air Jordan Bred 4s that need a little bit of shoe restoration. I was definitely overcharged for them, but I did it anyways. I bought the sneakers, and right after I bought them, I went online looking for shoe restoration. Typed in local shoe restoration, and the only thing that came up was a couple local cobblers. And I brought my shoes to the cobblers anyways. I wanted my shoes restored. I was like, hey, they're working on shoes. And so I brought them in there. I paid my $70. I waited 3 weeks. I get my shoes back, and the cobbler, he did not paint my shoes right. And I was upset about that. He put the wrong shade of black. It was a big difference. And so I decided from that point forward, I was gonna figure out how to do my own sneaker restoration. And once I made that decision, I actually got pretty good at it pretty quick. I started doing my own sneaker restoration, started painting my shoes, and then my friends started paying me to pay their shoes. I was like, hello, all right, let's do this. I started to have my own little business going on. And so after a while of having my business, I decided to join Hidden Genius Project. And so when I joined the Hidden Genius Project, I was being exposed to technology creation. I learned that Hidden Genius is more than just technology creation. There's a big entrepreneurship part of it that I'm very drawn to. And I was also being challenged to create an idea for an app. Now, once I started Hidden Genius Project, around that same time, I started to have a lot of sneakers coming towards my way that I was supposed to be restoring. And I'm also in school, and Hidden Genius hooked me up with a job at Safeway. So I'm like, I don't have enough time for everybody's sneakers right now. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not stealing them, I promise. And I was, I was trying to tell people, and I had to figure out, all right, how can I make of this? Like, there's too much work. That means the market's good, though. I just can't control it right now, from my standpoint. And so I figured out, with the new information I'm learning from Hidden Genius, that if I just change my perspective from how can I personally restore everyone's sneakers to how can I get these sneakers restored, and that's exactly what my app does. My app will provide a marketplace for two different user bases. One user base giving them the marketplace to sell their service, so it's sneaker restoration, and to grow their business. And for other users, it will provide them the place to go if they're looking for the service of sneaker restoration. And so hopefully that'll put an end to any more cobbler stories, any more countless time spending on social media trying to find someone trustworthy to send your sneakers off to. But before I was able to finish my project, I definitely had to overcome a couple obstacles. One of my first obstacles I want to touch on was practicing time management, which I'm definitely still working on. Just when around the time my sneaker project was going, and Hidden Genius was starting, I was also trying to not fall behind in high school, keep up with Safeway, my new job, and now I'm like, all right, so I need to start practicing time management so I don't fall behind. And I feel like if I didn't start practicing that at an early age, I definitely would have become overwhelmed and nothing would have got done like it did. And that led me to my second big obstacle and challenge I had to overcome, and that was being confident in my own story and vision. When we were taking these trips to Facebook, Google, going out to Nest, I didn't see a lot of people that looked like they came from the same walk of life as me. They didn't look like they had the same struggles of mine. So it made me feel insecure about, like, well, what if I don't belong here? What if I shouldn't be making this app? Like, I don't know if this is for me. And I just always had to reassure myself that they started with a vision too. No matter where I came from, I got this vision, I can make it happen. If there's a will, there's a way. I'll say my third obstacle and challenge, this is probably the most important one I had to get over, was accepting that coding is not my strong point, but I do have good entrepreneurship skills, and I'm a pretty good leader. And so it took me some time to understand that it's okay, because I'm going into Hidden Genius Project like, I gotta be a coder. And once I was able to understand, like, it's not about just having to understand code, it's developing your skills and understanding your strengths, and being competent enough to communicate with the engineer so you can get your ideas into code. And so that's where I came into bringing my brother Kevin Butler on the team, because he showed that he's confident in his coding ability since the beginning of Hidden Genius. He's very sociable, and he was able to understand my vision for what I wanted to do. And he said, as soon as I'm done my project, I'm gonna come work with you. And so I'd like to bring my brother Kevin Butler on stage with me. And I just can't stress enough how excited I am to be able to share my project with y'all tonight. I've come a really long way. The end of the summer celebration to me is a sign that now I can take what I've learned and spend the next, hopefully around 24 months to try to get my app actually developed and get it out there. And this app is just very valuable for me, and it's gonna be my catalyst into my new life as an entrepreneur. And as I work towards my goals of higher education and follow my pursuit of financial stability while building wealth for the future generations. Thank you for your time.
Let's get another round of applause for James. Brother! All right. Thank you, James. Thank you for that. That was very heartfelt. You know, I feel it in here. Once again, my name is Kevin Butler. I'm 17 years old. I go to Cova High School. My story on, well, how I started helping James. James came to me, told me about his idea of Restore My Kicks. And I was very excited to hear it once I heard about it, because I thought it was a good idea that would help a lot of people. You know, I noticed how important the shoes were to the youth of today. And it was something that could even help myself. I was trying to get into, you know, getting better shoes. I steady wearing Vans, so I was trying to get something new, you know. So one of our challenges in doing this project was translating his ideas into the web page, into getting it to look like a website. So to be more specific, we had problems with font and getting pictures on there. But thanks to my, you know, my coding skills and James' leadership skills, we were able to overcome that. He was able to communicate his vision to me, and I was able to get it into the website. So going forward, we plan on making the site functional. Right now, it's kind of the boilerplate, as Akeem likes to say. So once we get be able to sit down and look at it more, it's going to be functional. We're actually going to get the storefront up there, and we're going to look at how we want the users to interact with the website. A little bit more about me personally. My story is I've always been a video gamer. I've always played video games. I've been playing games since I was 5 years old. I've played on every console you could think of, you know, even the older ones, Atari, Sega Genesis. I did my research. What I have to say about mobile gaming, though, in terms of apps, honestly, I think it's the weakest form of video games we got right now. Honestly, even if I manage to find a good game that's actually playable, that I feel like I want to put my time into, I'm always bombarded with ads, in-app purchases, and people trying to scam me out of more money. So my solution to this problem was to create my own app, and it's called Playground. That's my logo up top. And then there's my app, it's called Playground. It's a small game library with a collection of retro games like 8-bit, classic, side-scroller, pretty much any kind of retro game you could think of. Right now it only has Pong, which is, for those who don't know, Pong is a table tennis sports game with simple 2D graphics. And the version I made this version myself. You can see it right there. I had to build that up from scratch using Xcode in the coding language Swift. And I had to figure out how I was going to make a video game inside of an app, which was one of my struggles, but it wasn't too big. I was able to handle it. It's got different levels, you know, beginning, intermediate, expert. Eventually, I want to put 2-player in there so 2 people can play on the same phone, tablet, whatever. What sets my app apart is that it will not only have it will not only not have in-app purchases or wait times to play, but it eliminates the wedge that monetary gain has put in between gamers and their games. So the point of the app is to keep you playing and not so we can get money. Yeah. Thank you. I had quite a few problems putting this app together. The biggest one being learning how to use Firebase, which is an online cloud tool database that my app uses. It's the main feature in my app. I had to figure out how to use the authentication and the database to give users accounts so that they can link their usernames with the comments that they made on the games. You see to the right, you got comments under the Pong game. Another problem I had was designing my app. I wanted to put in screenshots of what it looked like before. As Akeem would say, it was not looking hot. He didn't like it. But, you know, that was something I had to overcome personally. I was thinking about, you know, maybe I could get somebody else to help me with the design, help me with how I wanted it to look. But, you know, I was running out of time, and I had to just sit down with myself and think, okay, how am I going to get this to look good but still look like what I want it to look like?
You know, not try to fit someone else's vision, but still make my vision, you know, look better, you know? So, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I really like the black and white, you know, simple but still elegant. Going into this, I guess you could say I didn't have an eye for aesthetics, but that was something I had overcome. Going forward, I will have to think about how many games I want to put on it, what style of games, and whether or not I will remove games based on popularity, which means I will most likely have to put in a rating system, which is something that kind of goes hand in hand with what my work with James, as we will have to rate the shoes, and you know, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing with my app. We're gonna have ratings for the games, which is, you know, I try to put as much time as I do on myself as when I help with my brothers, because I try to help everybody out, you know. I noticed that a lot of people were struggling with the coding, which is, I had a bit of experience beforehand, so I try to help everybody, you know, do my best, but still get my stuff done, you know. I'm really glad I was able to successfully complete my app, Complete Playground. Honestly, it looks better than how I imagined it, honestly. And I can't wait to continue to give back to the gaming industry that has given so much enjoyment and entertainment to me. Playground will create a player platform for mobile gamers that will bring passion and happiness back into gaming. And I'm Kevin Butler. Thank you very much.
Hop up here again. Hold on. Oh, you all up?
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. When I was creating my website, I actually considered a shoe restoration business myself.
Are you sure? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, and my boy Kevin, I've been a gamer since I was little too, and I'm gonna be on this Playground website and whooping everybody else in games. The app too. Next up is a reflection on the intensive immersion program by Nate Ford. Give it up for Nate.
Good evening. My name is Nathan Ford II, and I'm a member of Cohort 4 of the Hidden Genius Project. And I'll be sharing my reflection on the 2 summers I've been with this program. When I first got accepted into this program, I was skeptical because I knew nothing about coding. But my brothers were there to help me along the way. We built a bond with each other that could never be broken. Whenever someone needed help on an assignment, someone was always there for one another. This program has shined a new light of what it means to be consider what black people in this society are. There's so much more in this world to just living up to a stereotype of a black person. Learning coding skills, entrepreneurship skills, and leadership skills at this program gives me the ability, gives me ability to affect change in my community. The adventures that we went on and the food that you guys provided, the good food, Wingstop, good food. I'll never forget it. I don't remember salad, but you know. All right, but especially the food that you guys provided just made me realize how much these people actually cared about me. This program made me realize how much these people have really cared about me. These people took times out of their busy schedules just to check in on me, and I really appreciated that. This program has also made me realize how I couldn't take anything for granted, no matter what it was. In addition to giving me money and a free Apple laptop, these people have also given me the wisdom to be what I want to be when I grow up. As I move on from this program, I will try my best to tell the story and spread the message of the Hidden Genius Project. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it. That was pretty good. especially coming from cohort 4. Cohort 4, like I said, greatest cohort out there. All right. Cohort 4, baby. But next up is a reflection by a family member. Neville Richardson II, the father of Neville Richardson III of cohort Rich 1. Come on up.
What a summer, what a summer. How's everybody doing? Well, first and foremost, I want to really give a heartfelt thank you to the Hidden Genius program and everybody that put that together. Let's put our hands together for these gentlemen that took their time out. Secondly, what a group of powerful young black men. You see them right here before you. It is so important that we support these men. What's up, little Nev? See, I'm gonna embarrass him now. That's Neville III or Neville 3.0, whichever one you prefer. You gonna stand up and wave? Go ahead, stand up and wave. It's just gonna get worse. If you don't, I swear it's just gonna get worse. All right, there you go. You don't know how much embarrassment he saved himself by standing up and waving. All right. Really, from a parent's perspective, I just want to talk about a couple of things. You know, typically parents, when you pick up your kid from school and you say, how was your day? What did you learn? What do we get, parents? Those one-word answers? Okay, all right, good, okay. Well, when I picked up Neville from Hidden Genius in the afternoon, that's not what I got. He went on and on and on. Then he finally got to the point and said, Dad, I would tell you, but you just wouldn't even understand. I can't confirm or deny that that's true, but what an awesome thing when other intelligent black men can deliver this information to our youth in their own community. We don't have to go to Palo Alto. We don't have to go to Menlo Park. We're getting this for our children, delivered by people that look like us in our own community. And that is as powerful as it gets. You know, I really want to emphasize excellence is right here. So many times we're conditioned that we have to travel for a better school. We have to travel to get resources for our children to be competitive in this landscape. We have to travel and we have to be taught by somebody that doesn't look like us what excellence is. But here at the Hidden Genius program, excellence is right here. Excellence is right here and it's coming through and it's being delivered. And I really do appreciate that. It was really an excellent summer. So I'll be short and say simply that when these gentlemen leave this program, as you become alumni of this Hidden Genius program, remember that you guys still have an obligation to your brothers. You know, continue to give back through your testimony and word of mouth about the program. Give back, come back and be a volunteer. And give back as holding each other accountable as brothers. You know, you guys learned entrepreneurship, you learned technology, they learned community activism. I would ask them, yeah, what are you doing today? He says, we're going to protest at Walmart. What? Okay. You know, so I really want to say, you know, thank you. Don't forget to give back, guys. You know, that's the crux of this program. You guys really have to continue to hold each other accountable. It just begins here. You know, continue on with the brotherhood that you guys have established. Continue to be mentors to each other. Continue to hold each other accountable. And continue to stay in touch with everybody from this program and reach out to all the resources and connections that you had. Once again, thanks again. I appreciate your time. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson. Now Malik Poole and Desmond Pare from cohort Oak 3 will share their reflections on their time as alumni youth educators this summer.
I stomped. I thought there was another step there. That's why I kind of stomped a little bit. I was wrong. Well, hello, my name is Malik Poole. I'm a member of Cohort 3 from Oakland. 3's up, 4's down. We the best. 16 years old, and I'm currently a junior in high school. And now, thanks to the Hidden Genius Project, I can say that I'm a rising software engineer and a coding instructor. So, yeah. So I graduated from the Hidden Genius Project and became an alumni last summer at the end of summer celebration. And this year, the Hidden Genius Project hooked me up with an amazing opportunity. Throughout the course of the Hidden Genius Project, we learned so much in terms of not only computer science, but entrepreneurship, leadership skills, et cetera, to make us all better people all around. And this summer, they actually hooked me up with a job at the Head Royce Academy Summer Enrichment Program to actually teach computer science to middle schoolers. So, yeah. And being the utter geek that I am, the first thing I thought of was when Darth Vader said, "The student becomes the master." It was an amazing opportunity to pass on knowledge to the next generation of future software engineers and to refine my own knowledge. You know, it's a teaching method, that's a learning method in and of itself, is to teach what you learn so you retain it better and you get better. And so it just kept the ball rolling. At the same time, I was improving my own skills. And it's just a real testament to how much the mentors at Hidden Genius have our back. Truly, being an alumni does not mean the end of this program. Once a genius, you're always a genius, and they will always have your back for it. I also taught alongside, I think, 4 of my other fellow geniuses, one from Cohort 2, the other 3 from Cohort 3. Desmond Pere is one of them, and he's, sorry, I messed up. So we have Desmond Pere here, who's also going to present. He taught the morning class right before I arrived, and all right, here we go.
All right, thank you, Malik. All right, so my name is Desmond Pere. I am also an alumni from the Hidden Genius Project, Cohort 3. We taught the youth computer science and web design. It was a six-week program, and all, wait. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it was a 6-week program, and we taught all the youth pretty much computer science and pretty much what we learned. And through that experience, like Malik said, I also bettered my skills with the computer and technology and leadership in a way where I now feel more comfortable teaching than I did before. At the Hidden Genius Project, it helped me become more confident in certain parts of my education where I wasn't confident before. Besides computer coding and programming and entrepreneurship, it helped me become a better leader and understand what it means to be a black man in America.
I want to say thank you to Brandon and everyone at Hidden Genius for the 15-month program for my son Trey, who is at Oakland Tech and got into the coding academy there as well. So this program has been just phenomenal for us and our small family. Brother King and Brother Sean and Brother Dari and Brother Eugene have really helped us within the past 15 months. We had a death in our family. My father died just about a month ago. And so with the past year, he was very ill, and they've been a steady rock for our family, and just making sure that Trey was able to get help from steady roots at school. They checked in on classes and for his freshman year. They were there every morning for him throughout the summer. We look at these young men, even though we may not know each other directly, when we see each other on the street, just think that each and every one of these young men are one of our geniuses. And for that, I think is a beautiful thing. Their intellect is just phenomenal. And so for that, I really thank everybody for
But more formally known as Dr. Brandon Nicholson. Brandon was born in 1983, and when he was 28 years old, he was introduced to this program, the Hidden Genius Project. He saw the program as a way to help out young brothers who would be able to benefit from the learned material in the future. Each mentor was able to give our cohort a specific takeaway as we left. The takeaway we all received from Brandon was to always present ourselves in a good manner under any circumstances. This will always apply to us because we never know who we are talking to and what that person can do for us or what we can do for that person. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the executive producer, or please welcome the executive director, Brandon Nicholson.
Producer, I like that. Change the title. Good evening. Thank you very much. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you on behalf of the Hidden Genius Project for being here with us today. And many of you received outreach, from our team, our communications team, PJS consultants. Many of you heard from a friend or a loved one, and then many of you just received outreach from me. And if you received it from me, it probably said it's free, it's fun, you can have a great time. We're not going to ask you to pay us anything to come in, but you're going to really love meeting our young people. And this is really an amazing event. The importance of this particular event, we talked a little bit about the history. How many of you aced the quiz, by the way? I know some of you were sitting, so you had a prime seat. Did anybody get all the questions right in the quiz earlier in the pre-slideshow? Okay, cool. So you know your history for the Hidden Genius Project, but for those of you who may not be as familiar, we were founded in 2012 by a core group of 5 black male technology entrepreneurs who come to Oakland to build their own ventures and then saw a great opportunity to connect young men with the skills they were learning and developing and applying, but really to raise quality young men who could be powerful leaders in their communities. They were not losing any sleep over any diversity statistics in Silicon Valley. They didn't care what percentage of Google employees was black or Latinx or Filipino. They didn't care who was working at Facebook. They saw an opportunity for young people to leverage these skills with low barriers to entry and low costs to not just be people who could get a job someday, but to be people who could hire someday. And when they did that, they also wanted young people to feel inspired to build products that their communities couldn't live without. So I certainly thank our founders and some of the, of course, current board members, but Jason Young, Jason. Kilimanjaro Vibes, here somewhere. Tracy Ty Moore II, Isaac Hayes, and Kirk Collins. And I thank them to pay homage, of course, and offer respect before I say, for the most part, they, nor any of us who were participating at the time of volunteering, because it was all volunteer driven for the first 2.5 to 3 years, they had no idea what they were actually doing. And that's, that was okay. They came from a place of heart and from a place of uplifting our young men. So this event is one of the few constants that has been in place since the inception of our program. Whether we had 5 young men in a cohort who are presenting at Youth Impact Hub, or whether we have now 60 young men we served this past summer in our intensive, the next summer we'll serve 80, because Richmond will have a second cohort. We've always done this, it's always been about the students. And it's always been about being able to have our young people interface directly with you all and show you what they're about, what they can do, and what this program has meant to them. So I thank all of you for being here to experience that, and all of you for helping us sustain the work. It's actually this event that's gotten us there, so please give yourselves a round of applause. So I certainly want to thank our visionary and all our sponsors. Our visionary sponsor, Verizon, of course, we call them our day zeros, not even day ones, but K4 Center for Social Impact, who's been with us from the start. And we're just a ragtag group of black men trying to help other black men. Also, of course, Kaiser Permanente, our visionary sponsor. And then, of course, our pioneering sponsors, CBS Interactive, University of California Office of the President, AT&T, and the Oakland Athletics. So, round of applause for the sponsors. it's beautiful, and it's just too nice for us maybe, but we want these young men to really know that we value them. They deserve this, and they worked really hard to have a great celebration and a top-notch event, and they really showed up, so I'm proud of you guys. Let me also, go ahead. We'd like to thank our volunteers as well. There's so many people working behind the scenes to make sure this thing happens. Many of them are still working. Many of them have missed this entire event because they're still working. And without them, it would not be possible. And so thank you to our volunteers, wherever you are, and all of you who are volunteering. One thing I tend not to do well, I try to do it on the micro level day to day, but I tend not to do it well at the celebration. Really? This is my MC though? I do not do it at the celebrations is really thank my staff and my team. And I always tell the story of actually when I came on, my very first day as executive director, I had a 1.5 hour meeting with our board chair. I had a 1 hour meeting with our board secretary, and they said good luck, and I was in a room by myself at a table with no computer, trying to figure out what's next. And after I hired an accountant and just had to cross some T's and dot some I's, I set out to start trying to recruit some educators. And I posted, did the whole 9, and every day I checked my email and say, let's see how the people applied to be an educator today. Now of course we didn't have any budget, we didn't have enough budget to get me through the year, let alone anybody else. But we had to do it on faith, and I kept checking my email, and nobody was applying. Right? Nobody. So I guess it was, this opportunity to work with young men aged 13 to 18, for 800 hours or 15 months. You didn't want to spend every hour of the day with the young men for 7 weeks in the summer. So nobody was applying. So, we really had to reach out to my network into the community and get my heart team. And that's exactly what I got. And, our first 3 educators or program team are still with us. And everybody else, is still with us somewhere. And so I'm so appreciative to my staff and my team, for making this possible and doing this work. And man, we're just trying to figure out how to get 4 guys together, and now we got all of this to deal with. So, thank you. There's 5 young men who thought they were going into an 8-week program. I was going to meet for 4 hours a day during the summer, and that's it. And somehow found themselves in a 24-month program, and that for about 1,000 hours. But David hung in there, left for a little bit. We got our stuff together, found a way to reconnect him, found a way to connect him with other opportunities like he discussed. And now he's in a situation where he's able to, as he said, intern, learn more skills, transfer. He's majoring, in tech and of course business at Cal Poly. And we want to do more of that. He's our eldest alum, and he's only 21 years old. So we almost get chills when we think about what it's going to be like when these waves come through. Up until this year, we only had 18 young men who've been of age to graduate high school. And of the 18, 17 already have, and number 18 is on the way right now. This year, we have 16 high school seniors this year. So all of a sudden, the floodgates are going to start to open. And that excites us a great deal. Part of the reason those floodgates are opening are because, as you saw, we got to go to Richmond this year. In partnership with the Rise Center for Youth in Richmond, California, we built this partnership, actually very much thanks to the city-minded folks, and had literally a meeting of the minds to discuss how we could bring our programs, outside of Oakland as we continue to grow. And we had a great partnership in our Richmond young men, 15 deep, hit the ground running, didn't miss a beat, and it went even better than we could have imagined or anticipated. And so all of a sudden now we have a model that works where we partner with an organization in Anchor that's holistic, that cares about young people, that's unapologetic about our mission, willing to support us. And we don't have to bring religion to Richmond or Chicago or Atlanta or anywhere else. We just need to collaborate, partner, and help the young men do what it is that they've been capable of doing all along. So all these young men in our previous cohorts who basically have been training, and so in the summer, they didn't mention the numbers, but as I mentioned, we trained 60 young men in our immersion program this past summer. While we were doing that, our educators on their own trained another 120. That's without us, like I said, so that's been a big part of our sports work. That's going to be the work that I think carries us forward and helps keep this space relevant. So many times, we're telling our young people who they can be the next Zuckerberg, can they be the next Bill Gates? We want them to be the next them. we wanted them to understand they don't have to change or do anything different. From an aesthetic perspective, not so much. We didn't have windows. But then, all of a sudden, we had this great opportunity wherein we faced a displacement situation. Our building was seized by the state of California, Superior Court. And the new owners said, hey, it's a great space you have here. We're going to take it. We're going to just knock all the offices down and make this a single tenant floor. We can offer you our basements, or you can go. So you can imagine that could have been a stressful situation. But thanks to one of our key partners, Oakland Native Street Back, with whom we partnered, we were able to kind of have some builds towards some economies of scale and actually get into a beautiful new space. She also doubles as interior decorator, an interior designer. So if you've seen our space, it is top notch. Again, too nice for us, but we're going to take it. It's too late. So we're very excited, and now we have a great space. The morale is high, natural light is flowing through the building, and people will stay on work, so that's great. So we're really excited about all of those things, and there's so many more things we can do. We want to take a moment to talk about what you can do, and to share a little bit about what they've done and what you all can do. I want to invite the Scott family, so Mr. Aaron Scott and Ms. Lita Scott, to talk just for a moment about what they've done. These are the parents of Josh Scott from Cohort 4. Please welcome them. My best, but you all really always treated us as if we were gold. So you talk a little bit about what you do and why.
Hello. It's easy to help the Hidden Genius Project because of what they do for all of our sons, and my son in particular, who they've gotten to get thinking outside the box where he didn't before. So some of the things we do when they ask for help, we're there. If we think they need help and they haven't asked, we're there. I happen to work in a place where there are people around me of wealth. So what I try to do is advocate for them to become sponsors here. It didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, but they're there and I'll keep doing it. So the boys have said many things. Everybody said everything about the program I agree with. I am so grateful and feel blessed that my son is part of it and continues to be part of it. And that's about it. So the thing is, you get the word out. Everybody I know who has a son, I'm always saying, have heard of the Hidden Genius Project. You need to look into it. I have a couple people here today who I brought. I wanted them to see the program. And, I just can't say enough about it. I'm always here to help, and if you guys need me, I'm gonna be here. Even if you don't need me, I'll be here. So, here's
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to say this. Teachers aren't made, they're born. And the mentors that I met here at the Hidden Genius Project, they're born teachers. They have the ability to deal with boys on many levels. Teenage boys are challenging, and I'm sure that sometimes when they're in their class, working on projects, working in that lab, they're cutting up sometimes. And when they do, they have to be dealt with. But one thing that I've seen, they don't break their spirit. And when you break a spirit, then you break a person. I'd like to thank all of you, and I'm always here and available to you.
We have Letitia, who she's not a coder, but she is the backbone of this, who works with the boys outside of coding, and she's here for us. She's glad she's here for the boys, and I just want to give a shout out to my soror.
Is that Delta Sigma Okay, just check. So, absolutely, what can you do? Number one, you can volunteer, and on December 9th, culminating Computer Science Education Week, we'll have our Brothers Code event. Some of you actually met our program at that event, so please join us. There's great opportunities and there'll be more, including a partnership for the first time ever this fall with Black Girls Code, which we're very excited about. So finally teaming up with our sisters. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, spread the word. as Miss Vivian mentioned, just tell people in the community about us. That's what keeps us going. That's what got us here. People get to see we're a legitimate program, that we're doing okay with these guys, and that keeps us going. So please. And then, of course, we can use the in-kind. I've got my buddy Big Keith Brown from Apple, who's been hooking it up for us. And so many of you have, sent us food or furniture or asked about something. We need all of that to keep it going, so we'll certainly take it. And last, but certainly not least, donate, give, right? And so, come on up. So I'd like to introduce you to somebody before we close it out. Buddy of mine, go way back, Kyron Loggins from cohort 08J4, Oakland 4. Kyron, say hello.
Hey, my name is Kyron. I'm a member of cohort 4, the Hidden Genius Project, and I'm an alumni now, so help Brandon give y'all the real on Hidden Genius Project. Alright, so Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to help transform their lives and communities. And for the most part, that's exactly what they do. I mean, we hit a few bumps in the road, have to make our own sandwiches for lunch because we didn't listen, or don't really get to go on the field trip we're supposed to go to because we messed up, but for the most part, they come through on what they say they'll do for you, and you gotta try to come through on what you say you'll do for them. I mean, from the beginning of time that we started this, I keep on getting the contract thrown up in my face. They really hold you to your agreements that you signed and that you say you will do, which is good for your character building, but annoying sometimes, Every single time you say you're gonna do something as a teenager, you're not always 100% with it, but they hold you to your word and they make you do what you say you'll do, which is something I've learned and something I've tried to build into my character inside and outside of the Hidden Genius Project. Initially, I had heard about it like a year before I even joined it, and my mom told me about it. I was like, it sounds good from you, but that's a time commitment. So I had skipped it over the first year. Then I looked at it again, I was like, well, I'm not doing anything else, why don't I just try it out right now? So I look into it, and then I go to the interview. I'm like, oh my God, this is not what I wanted to do. How did I get convinced into doing this? Let me go home now. And I stuck it through, I gave my best, fake answers, said all the questions, how do you put yourself out there? And they took me, and for better and for worse, I was stuck there for 15 months. So I learned a lot during that time. I got a lot of opportunities. Akeem helped me. Akeem helped me. He put me to work with his business, and I'm grateful for that. That's an opportunity that you can always put on your resume, your college applications. Brett has helped me. He's mentored me in certain things and helped me learn to be just more of a man of my word, just be more solid in that aspect of just business and how you socialize. And Hidari has helped me learn that even though you sometimes really don't want to do something, and it's definitely not what you feel like doing at the time, you just gotta do it or you're not gonna get the results you want. So I just really am grateful for my time here, and even though I complain a lot, I just want to thank them for all the time they've given. They all have skills. It's not the best paying job you have in the world, especially with a Princeton degree. So, I'm just really grateful that they take their time out to help us out and really just show us love and show us how to make it further.
We'll make it even more direct. That was the guys you guys. So listen, you got here for free. Some of y'all had 2 plates. I appreciate all of you all who got the shirt. They're tight. Nice. Did you like the new logo, the new shirts? So now the links the students have, don't ask them how you can get one because you can did not. You didn't do the program. So anywhere on earth, when a genius sees another genius wearing that shirt, that's a genius. The rest of us are just Gen Pop, right? So that's okay. But these guys, now they have their own unique, special market. But when we talk about giving, I still got my guy, Kyron, with me to walk us through it. So Kyron, $10 can get, what do y'all, a meal? If somebody gave you $10, you get a meal. Sandwiches come?
I'm not really with the sandwiches, but the $10 going towards the wing stop, that works.
Let's get the brothers some chicken, okay? Okay, how about $100? Okay, that could get a couple of Clipper cards, right? Some money for transportation. And I remember you having a situation where that was something that could kind of handle.
Yeah, my house had flooded midway through this year, about in April. So I had to move out to a hotel in Pleasant Hill. And you know, barking down here for Pleasant Hill every day, that's expensive, especially BART, then Uber, then BART. It was a lot. I'm not really a bus person.
Bus person, man. Come on. Help the brother out. He has to get on, stand up. Come on, man. Okay, so let's move past that one. Let's talk about this stipend, this youth stipend. So about a rap, that gets you a stipend, but you've had lots of conversations with me about stipends. I believe you feel wronged.
I am a money-motivated person. So, when you're talking money, I can talk. I'll be real, I didn't really come through on everything I should have came through on, so I didn't get my full stipend that I could have got. I did get $50 off this time, and I'm still hunting them down for other money, but that's unrelated. But the stipends do help, it is motivation. And I feel like I probably wouldn't have got anything done without the stipend, so.
This was a bad idea. And finally, you know, us raising, you know, $40,000 will secure, as I mentioned, we'll have 80 geniuses next time. And of course, many more to come, we hope. So that'll help us secure the devices. Now, of course, many of you understand, and I remember the questions I got at the very beginning. You know, everybody had a hookup and a discount for us, and this equipment and that equipment, you know, maybe, you know, a little bit of RAM, a few megahertz, maybe gigahertz, and then, you know, but that kind of started to catch up with us once we started doing real work. Xcode, Swift, you gotta download those things, they take power to run. So what's it meant getting that vaunted MacBook Air that you eventually, should you finish, actually get to keep, if I understand?
Oh yeah, we kept them. I mean, the MacBook Airs, you know, when you code, you gotta have something you can use easy that's not confusing. And as great as Windows is, Apple is just, you know, I got an iPhone, like I'm on my Apple computer, so they really helped us out with it. And they helped us get those MacBooks, and they let us keep them once we showed that our commitment was as true as theirs was. They weren't the new Touch Bar 15-inch.
Oh, here he goes.
But they're great machines nonetheless.
Good machine. So $60,000 is Kyron his Touch Bar. In any case, the last thing we wanted to talk about, and this was not a good idea, right? The last thing, Kyron, if you will. So, you know, a gift, you know, given today is actually an investment in the community. Now, Kyron actually has launched his own clothing line. So this past year is big on clothing lines. What's it called? Fitted. And Kyron, of course, entrepreneurial spirit, the whole nine, was really sharp. You know, he's always had extremely strong hygiene, well put together, teeth look great. Like Kyron, you don't look like you're in dire straits. You're not just this young black male in need. We didn't find you in the gutter anywhere. You're put together. You're obviously extremely articulate. Why should people actually donate to a program if you can walk, chew gum at the same time and you've got clothes on your back already? What's the point?
I feel like a lot of the time I personally, even before I came to the program, felt really disconnected from the community. Like you if you feel well off, you can look outside and be like, that's not me. I'm not connected to that. That's not me. I don't have to be bothered with it. And it's in how we roll our windows up when homeless people walk by, or it's in how we drive past the ghettos and lock our doors, and we just don't really feel connected sometimes. So I feel like well off, I mean, it's still a part of the community. I'm still black, I'm still a black male, so we all have differences, socioeconomic, racial, gender, but at our core, we're all a part of the community. We all live on Earth, and we all live in the Bay Area, so we really gotta support each other and just lift each other up.
Thank you, guys. So you saw Jared kick us off with the mortgage app. We have a heterogeneous group. We have young people in foster care. We have young people who have two parents who've gone, through grad school. But many of them share the same experiences. Some of them are points of pride and honor from their identity, and some of them are painful common experiences that you would hope that they wouldn't have to share together. But through all of it, they're learning together, leaning on each other, learning humility, and they always recognize that no one person holds all the skills or all the capital. There's no one person who's come in and been great at everything in our program. So they need each other, whether they came from the least resource school or that $50,000 a year institution, somewhere, down on Pebble Beach, right? They're all in this together. And we're so fortunate that we can create this space because they're doing it for you all, right? You all have to live here. And you have enough reminders. I know some of you stop watching the news and listening to the radio because you just get so depressed. So just know there are people at work right now. They're working on your behalf. Whether you need a mortgage, some games to play, or if you need to retouch those kicks, they got you, right? And many more. I know you got to meet a lot of folks. So we hope that, whether it's, online, of course, whether you want to, mail that check is great, or whether it's on your way out the exit. Remember, Kyron needs wings, right? He needs that touch bar, so let's help him out. If you can make that gift, we greatly appreciate it. And hopefully, if you know anything, you know that what we've been able to do with these resources, when they were lean or bountiful, we know that we can make it work because we work together, we work with you, and we're all part of that same community. So I thank you all for your time and attention. And I want to bring our MCs up and thank them, Bryce, LaShawn.